and we welcome you all. Do we have visitors? Raise your hands. Oh, we gotta have a room full of visitors. I don't think we have this many members anyway. Welcome, and I'm sorry I can't give you a more proper welcome. Those of you who are visiting us for a second time, please think about joining the ladies out at the table. We'd be glad to take your dues, or you can drop them in the mail or online. Is Beverly? Beverly Briggs?
I know, I said sister.
I haven't seen her either, so you think of it. So we'll wait a minute for the pledge, and I just realized she has
Kathy's
a
also
flag.
probably step in for her. She used to be our chaplain.
We don't have flags, so we're going to have to pretend and just. Would someone like to volunteer to come up and lead us in the pledge and say a prayer for us?
Did you do it?
Yeah, Kathy. Kathy used to be our. Can you come up? Can you come up and lead us in prayer? And I just realized that our chaplain isn't here, and she usually leads us in prayer and the pledges. And Kathy, you're so fine. Thank you. If you please stand for prayer.
Father God, thank you for bringing us today. May all these people here be able to gather in unity. May we keep our eyes on you. And please bless this country, bless this community. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge.
Big flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
That is such a short pledge, Texas pledge, so why can't I remember all the words? I'm sorry about this microphone. I do have a couple of announcements that I have to make. I'm not going to introduce all the elected officials. I think half the room is filled with elected officials. But please, elected officials, please introduce yourself to people, because that's one of the reasons people come to these meetings, so they can meet their elected people and those who are running for office. So we do urge you to go around and meet people. The first announcement I have is a bylaws change. And I was told after I got here, and I haven't printed out, that there's one word that's wrong, and some of the copies I've gone around and marked it out. The whole, it's real simple. We need to change the bylaws because our officers, currently the bylaws say for 2 years term. We want to change that back to 1 year so that we can synchronize with the TWRW elections, because we realize we're opposite, and it means we don't get some announcements when we're supposed to and that sort of thing. We will, and we realize that all the other Republican women's clubs in this area only hold elections, so their term is only 1 year also. At the end of this year, we will decide whether we keep those officers for another year and make it a 2-year term, and then in which case we'll come back with it. But I have to make this announcement 30 days in advance, so this is your official announcement. Next month we'll vote on that change. The minutes of the meeting for the luncheon for last June, believe it or not, before our summer holiday, they didn't make it into our newsletter, just so many people were out of town. So I have put a copy of those minutes on each table. Take a look at them, and I'll ask you to approve them after we have our speakers come up. And third, we will elect a nominating committee next month, also in September. So if you would like to serve on that committee to nominate officers for this club for next year, please plan to be here and make sure that your name gets in the pot so that we'll elect that little committee. It's only 3 to 5 members. It's a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5. You do have to be a paid member, a regular member of this club in order to hold office. And now I'd like to introduce Pearl Maggio. Ann Herbert. Ann. Can you get Stephanie to come in, please? Okay. No.
Thank you, Pat. One of the joys of being a district director is to start new clubs, which we've done, and to honor members who've done outstanding things. Stephanie Gray, coming up. Every year at the state convention, TWRW holds a luncheon, and at that time, we honor ladies with a tribute to women. And every club gets to nominate tribute to women based on their enrollment. And Stephanie was the honoree of this club. She received a pen. I bet she's not wearing it. She received a pen, and I'm here to present a certificate. The certificate says, Tribute to Women honors Stephanie Gray of the Woodlands Republican.
Hey, we've got some kinks we're trying to work out, but it's our first meeting.
Well, the food's going to be good, I'm sure. For her leadership and service to the state of Texas and the Republican Party, TWRW, and her community. Stephanie stepped up as a new member. When she joined this club, there was a need for a membership person. Stephanie stepped up and did that. Accepted the challenge. She also accepted the challenge of doing all the emails you received, all the announcements about the meetings. So, in the midst of all this time, she went to school and became a certified legal assistant. So you think she's not a busy person. But, as Dr. Wilkerson always says, the busy person always gets the job done. So it's an honor to present you and to recognize you for all the work you've done for this club.
And for those who don't know, I'm very proud to say Stephanie is my older daughter. And, so she didn't have much choice. She had to get involved, but frankly, she has done an outstanding job. I think anybody on the board would tell you that. And judging, I bet you everybody here who gets our newsletter knew the name Stephanie Gray more than they know mine, because she sends out everything. And at this point, I'm going to ask you, very orderly, everybody, go out this front door, go round and come back in the back door so that you can get your food, and then come back in and we'll start the meeting. We'll have our speaker, we'll introduce our speaker as soon as you get back.
And the club was a huge success. We had 22 full-time members that came, great guest speakers, and he did a wonderful job. He served his maximum of 2 years as president, so he'll be a senior at Oak Ridge next year. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Try not even using it.
I'm sorry?
Try not even using the mic.
Try not to use it, yeah. Anyway, he's been on the tennis team for 3 years now. 2 of those have been varsity. And he's also the president of the biotechnology team at Oak Ridge High School and is a member of the National Honor Society. His efforts in the school and community have earned him the Student of the Year Rotary Awards. And when he goes to college, he's going to want to have his bachelor's in electrical engineering and potentially pursue a law degree. He's a young, great Republican, and I'm proud to have him come talk to you guys today.
Okay, hello. First of all, I just want to thank this group, especially, for helping me out with the club. I started the process freshman year. It took it took an entire year to get the whole thing set up, to get a teacher sponsor for the club. and to get it through administration to get it approved for everything. So after that, sophomore year, we had our first meeting. We only had probably 8 kids there that are all just my friends. So we over doubled in size after that, and it's been a great success. And we couldn't have done it without the support from this team here, providing us with speakers from local government, as well as pizza, because that's a very powerful marketing tool for high school. Yes, thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Wally Wilkerson, I actually have written out his introduction speech, and I got in the car and was at a red light and realized that I brought a blank piece of paper. So I think that he probably doesn't need a huge introduction because everybody here knows who he is. He's been our county chairman elected for 54 years, and I'm really proud to have him here.
Thank you, Lady, and thank you for all of you being here today. It's a great honor and privilege for me to speak before these Republican women group. It was 1979 when we first started our first Republican women. In 1979, we now have 7 Republican women's groups, and we have 7 high school Republicans. And this is a good example of our future Republican political workers, and they do a great job at Oak Ridge North High School. One of the signs of getting older is that you talk about the past. You know, and you probably know your grandparents or your uncles or your aunts, and they want to talk about what happened years ago. But this is an important topic that I wanted to speak about today, and that is elections. We're all aware of elections, and last night we all were hanging on to the TV, hoping that in Ohio we were going to be able to pull that election out, and it looks like we are, thanks to our President Trump and his visit to Ohio, in which he turned out a lot more people. Anyway, this is, how many of you here today lived in Montgomery County in 1970? 70? No, not a single one. I'm sorry.
No, there's not gonna yet.
Okay. How many in 1980? Still not very many. Okay. This is a letter to the editor that I wrote in November of 1980. I'm sure that you were aware and pleased with the good voter turnout in the county on November the 4th, 1980, as was I. With 68.3% turnout was a tribute to the local candidates and workers of both political parties. But I regret to say that I feel the county was ill prepared and poorly organized to conduct an election with such a turnout, especially in the high growth areas of the county. And I have so informed the Secretary of State. In 1980, in South Montgomery County, there were 3 voting precincts. Only 1 on the west side of the freeway. 2 were on the east side of the freeway. And on election day, I got a phone call from someone that lived in South County and said, Dr. Wilkerson, are you aware of the crowd down at the polling place in South County? Remember, there was only 1 polling place for the entire part of the Woodlands on the west side of the freeway. That was precinct 4. I said, no, I'm not aware of it. He said, you need to drive down there and see it. So I get in the car and I drive down there, and I get there, and the polling location was where the HEB is on Sawdust Road. There was a church there. It's called the Friendship Methodist Church. And that was the polling location. I didn't count them specifically, but I estimated there was up to 400 people standing in line. Wow. You were there? Okay. And I was really surprised. And so I asked the people how long they'd been there. Some of them had been there over an hour and hadn't been able to vote. So I stayed down there and I watched the results of the people getting to vote. And by the time 7 o'clock came, there were still 200 or more people standing in line. And so the court's election judge came out and said anybody in line after this 7 o'clock cannot vote. And so there were still several hundred people there. And so I stayed there and watched how quickly they were able to get the vote. It took a long time. And about 7:45, a guy drove down Sawdust Road and he rolled his window down and he said, "Jimmy Carter just conceded." And those 200 people standing in line for the first time in the history of Montgomery County, we had a Republican running for the office of sheriff. And we felt like we had a chance to win that race. And we actually did. And if everybody had been able to vote that was standing in line, we might have won that race because we only lost it by 700 votes. So that's why I wrote this letter to the editor, because I knew that something had to be done in order for people to be able to vote in a timely manner. And we did a little research of the election code, and we found the answer that we consider to be the answer. Right now in the state of Texas, there are 2 organizations that conduct elections in each county. It's usually the county clerk who is responsible for the conduct of the election. And the tax assessor is responsible for keeping the voter registration list. Now, in the election code, we discovered there was an article that allowed for you to have what they call the election administrator. This was a non-partisan person, not elected, but appointed by the Commissioner's Court, that their sole duty was to oversee and prepare for elections. And at the time, the county judge was a gentleman named Mickey Dyson. And he and I had known each other for many years. And so I went to Mickey and I said, look, the county needs to modernize the way we hold elections. And we need to do a better job of being ready for the crowds that usually come with these important elections. I said, you need to look at the election administrator, and I hope that the Commissioner's Court would see fit to put this into effect. At the time, there were 0 Republicans on the Commissioner's Court. Well, Mr. Dyson took it to the Commissioner's Court, and they all looked at it, and they decided, yes, this was the thing that we need to do in Montgomery County. So in 1981, the Commissioner's Court voted to establish the office of election administrator. And the election administrator's duty was to prepare and conduct the elections and to keep the voter registration list up to date. So we removed the voter registration list duties from the tax assessor and put it in the office of the elections administrator. Remember, this person is non-partisan. They're not elected. They're appointed by the Commissioner's Court. So fast forward to 1982. And this was the first year that we actually used the election administrator in Montgomery County. Now, those of you, how many of you have worked in elections? Good. Thank you. All of you. Easy job. So many of you probably weren't aware that at one time we used a completely different system than we have now. In 1980, we used what we call the punch card system. You went to the polling place, they had a machine there, you put the card in there, and then like a typewriter, you typed in the number of the person you want to vote for, and then it punched a little hole in the card. Then they would take the card and put it in the counter and would get the result. Well, that's far different than what we have now. And one of the things that we have now, in the last election, many people were concerned that it could be hacked. The system could be hacked. It is impossible to hack an adding machine. And that's basically what these machines are. They're an adding machine. They're not a computer. So from paper ballots to punch cards to the system that we have today, we just take for granted, the system works. We've never had, I think, one recount in the county in my career. And during that time, we've never had any evidence of any kind of fraud or any such thing as that. But we are indeed fortunate to be able to live in a county that has a system so modern as we have now, that you can trust without any question. When you go to vote, your ballot is going to be counted as you voted. And so I just want you to think about it as we approach this election, which is an important election in this county, as it is everywhere. The system that we have, that we put in place, but even more important, to be thankful that we have a system that's administered by a wonderful, talented lady named Susie Harvey, who works overtime to be sure that our votes are counted accurately. So be thankful that when you go to register to vote, you know you're going to be registered and you're not going to have to get it lost somehow. When we switched over from the tax assessor, who was responsible for keeping up with the voter registration list, they actually found applications written on the back of a piece of paper. I mean, it was really sad. But if you don't know Susie Harvey and you have a chance to meet her, you need to pat her on the back. And above all, pat the people on the back that are working to hold these elections. It is hard work. There's nothing glamorous about it. But it's so important. And I just hope that as you vote this year and every year, that you'll remember this. And I'm just thankful for it every day. And if it hadn't been for the Republican Party, we would not have an election administrator today. Because the Republican Party convinced the Commissioners Court to establish an election administrator. So, if anybody has a question about the election administrator, I'll be glad to answer.
Thank you, Dr. Wilkerson. We're going to have a short Q&A. Please keep in mind, he's very respectful. And if y'all have questions for Dr. Wilkerson, he's happy to answer those.
Just tell us how many voting precincts we have now compared to the few we had back then.
96. When I was King County Chairman, we had 18.
I have a question. Do we have a problem with immigrants or people that not supposed to vote coming in and trying to vote?
This will be the last year you can vote a straight party ticket. Next election, you'll have to vote for each individual candidate. Now, there are some counties that are opposed to that. I happen to be someone that was in favor of it because I felt like we need to look at the big picture. And the big picture is that in counties like Harris County, you had Republican office holders that were doing a good job, but they were swamped by the straight ticket Democrat voters. And so we're convinced, and I'm convinced, that when you force some of these Democrats to vote all the way down the ticket they'll be less likely to do that than the churches. I'm sorry, maybe I misunderstood. Did I answer your question? Did I answer your question?
I still don't know.
Okay, well, I didn't, maybe I didn't hear you.
Sorry, yeah, Dr. Wilkerson, I'll bring up the mic. Is legal? Do they vote? My question is this: do we have illegals coming to our polls to vote, and how do we know they're illegal?
You're talking about illegal aid.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, that's a good question. When they sign a registration application, they swear that they're citizens of the U.S. And every year there are those that don't answer that honestly. I don't think in Montgomery County that's a major problem though, but it certainly is something we need to keep in mind.
In New Orleans, we had a problem. People came to vote, and they've been paid to vote.
Any other questions?
I think Paul Howard.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to turn it over to Pat Truesdale, our president. And we're going to
He had such good luck standing over here. I'm going to stand over here in this microphone. Is this a magic spot, or did you just bring the magic with you? He doesn't know. Let's see. The minutes of the last meeting did not make it into our newsletter, so on your table you will find a copy of the minutes of our last meeting way back in June before we all went off to convention and all of our vacations. I asked before that you take a read because I need you to approve them, so if anyone has any changes or additions, please raise your hand and I'll take them into consideration of the minutes. Seeing none, I hereby declare they are accepted as printed. Let's see. Do we have committee reports? Anybody? Do we have a treasurer's report?
I'd like to say something.
Oh, we have somebody who has a comment. Kathy?
For campaign activities, can I say that now?
Yes. Kathy is chair of our campaign activities committee.
The reason I want to say something is I live in Brogan's Mill. It's swamped with signs that the Democrats have put out. We have signs today that you can take for our candidates. Please take a sign. There's also a sheet going around, so please volunteer for whatever campaign you feel you want to work on so that we can contact you. We've got to start working, especially in the Woodlands. The Democrats are working hard. I complained to the township about the signs being out too early, and I've given them a list of this long of addresses to go check out. Today is the first day. My understanding is you can put signs out in the Woodlands, so please take a sign. Please sign up to volunteer. Thank you.
Also, the voter registration card. If you are not registered to vote, please feel free, or if you have a neighbor or a relative who hasn't registered to vote, be sure to take one of those registration forms. It was your magic, Dr. Wally. There's my little magic around this position, I guess. Anyway, Stephanie, who's out at the desk right now, she's still taking orders for our name badges. We ordered one batch, and then a bunch more people said they wanted name badges, so you need to talk to her, but she needs to get that out. She's been out of the state too this summer. Any other announcements? Yes.
Yes. My name is Christian Collins, campaign manager to Congressman Brady. Just want to thank you, Pat, for your leadership and everything that you do to lead this club. Also, thank you, Republican women. You are the backbone of the Republican Party. We're doing Christian Value Summit September 13th and 14th. This isn't a Kevin Brady event. This is an event put on by Ferris Wilkes and Pastor Jerry Maston. And it's going to be here in the Woodlands. It's going to feature Sarah Palin and Dinesh D'Souza. And it's going to be a great event. If you are interested, just talk to me afterward. I'd love to get you involved. It's going to be 7 o'clock both nights. It ends at 9:30. So thank you so much.
Okay. Don't forget, next month, the second Wednesday of the month, we will be here. Either we will be in a bigger room or we will have less reservations. And those of you, and those of you who did not make a reservation for today, you see what that does to all of us, because they do have a bigger room they could have moved us into. They just didn't set it up because we gave them a head count, which obviously was way too low. But that's what we had, and that's what we went with. But we're glad we were able to accommodate everyone. Yes, Kathy.
Door prizes. Door prizes.
Oh, we have some door prizes. Oh my gosh. This is the funnest part of the meeting. We have 3 door prizes, and you have tickets in your hand. And
Everybody got a ticket when they checked in?
Is that in bit writing so I can read it? Sure. Thank you.
Anybody else got one?
all right, if you don't have a ticket, speak up now, because we're ready to pull the magic number. Why don't you give our guests now?
That's it.
All right, everybody ready? Ready. 956-784.
956-784. Got a winner there.
Oh yeah. Who's it from?
All 3 of these prizes were donated by Maureen Coates. This one's heavy though. I'm reading with curiosity.
956-804.
Yeah, got another winner. I'll give you the prize afterwards. And one more door prize.
One more. All right. We are 956-781.
Got another winner. Okay. I already announced those, yes. This one I wasn't going to show you, but I will. TWRW is good. Legends of Lives.
And this is 804.
No. Oh, yeah, that's good. It'll be smooth as butter next month, I promise. That was yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen.
If this is your first time visiting, please consider coming back when things are a little less hectic and we've gotten control of our environment here. We have one more announcement, do we? Yes. Our board voted to give, I've just been reminded, our board voted to donate $500 to the Party Campaign Resources Committee, the CRC. It's a fund for candidates across the state where they are downline and especially if they're in a county that tends to go red or need a little help financially. So we were happy that we were able to give that committee $500. And our SREC committee chairman just reminded me of that. Allison Winter. Anybody else got a, yeah, I mentioned, Mr. Cabela's has voter registration cards. Anybody has, needs a voter registration card? Anything else? If not, I better see every one of you back here next month.
Wonderful voting.
I'm told I have another announcement. Reservations, is that what you're talking about?
No reservations the morning of the lunch. No reservations the morning of the lunch.
They have to make the reservation before the day
Yes.
of the event.
Well, again, this is a lady who takes all of our reservations, and she is wanting to emphasize the fact that you must make a reservation in advance, otherwise it just drives us all crazy. We're glad we could accommodate everybody today, but next month we may not be able to. So please, just make, you don't have to pay in advance, you can. You can pay on our website, but you must make a reservation. If we can accommodate you and show up, we do, but I'm afraid we're going to get to the point where we can't. Today, I don't know. I just asked. We don't have a head count yet. I know we had 64 reservations, and we set up about 10 more than that. And we ended up setting up 2 more tables and an extra chair at each table, and I think a few people were still sitting up back there. Thank you. I'll see you next month.